8:01 in the morning, you know what that means? Matty's pushing the wheelbarrow again.
Pack it in, Leggett.
So here we are, outside Norwich Yacht Station this week. Beautiful weather for magnet fishing. We're going to do along this stretch of river. Leggett, it's so good to have you back. How did you get out of prison?
Well, I had a few grands in my pocket, so I managed to pay my own bail. I met a few old associates in there, but we'll get back to that later. If at any time you like this video, give it a like or a share so someone else can see it. Anyway, that's enough said. Let's get chucking. Oh, Miller, what a start this is, son.
Leggett.
As you can see, this was an old metal swing that used to be on this tree back in the day. The Norwich City squad back in League One, they had to cut costs and come down here for spa and sauna days they did. This metal swing, that really sorted them out. Oh, that's going to be a nice bit of weight for the barrow, Miller.
I'll cut it out, Leggett. Oh.
Miller's been making a fuss. What you got, boy?
Come and have a look at this, mate. It is truly evident to see that this is a letter T. Now, where does it come from? The Norwich City Football Club sign. Probably 1800s, though. How it got on the river, I don't know. We know Delia Smith. We'll take this to her now. She'll put it up in her living room.
Oh, look at this, guys. That's a huge ladybird. Right, we've just walked along the bridge to get to the other side. And Matty's a good old boy. He asked the governor of Norwich Yacht Station if we could
Station, Leggett.
Yacht Station if we could have a chuck near the bridge, and he obliged. Unfortunately, the bridge spot didn't yield any grands, but Matty's having a chuck. We've moved up the river a bit further, and we'll see what we get.
Here. Quickly here, Leggett, come and have a look at this blade. We have found knives in our time, but nothing of this calibre. Look at the hinge on that, it's a double-sided knife. Now, I've got a story to go behind this. Google if you've got a minute. P&O Ferry, Norwich Yacht Station, hijacker Harold. Now, the year was 192010. The P&O Ferry's captain put his ferry alongside here, wrapped his rope round the tree, and went off for a pint at the Wetherspoons. Well, you know he had a bit of trouble. Little did the captain know that hijacker Harold was behind that wall. He jumped over the wall, pulled his knife out and started hossing at the rope. Well, it took him a couple of hours. Luckily, he had a couple of hours though, because the captain fell asleep in the toilets. He was away with that ferry, up the river, never to be seen again.
Simon Swan has moved from Cambridge with his missus up to Norwich. He's been busy by the looks of things.
12:01, you know what that means? It's egg and cress sandwich time. But come and have a look at this. Free range. Now everyone, when you're buying your egg and cress sandwiches, make sure you look out for that free range symbol, because there's nothing worse than knowing that ostriches are being caged up, wrongly imprisoned. Free range, make sure.
So we've been troshing up and down this river, down Riverside we have, and we haven't found much that's clean. So we want to keep these videos nice and fun for you. So we're having a 15-minute pit stop at the Red Line pub, and yeah, we'll get back to you on that one.
Miller's on lemonade, I'm driving. So here we are, we've finished up for today, and we've got to have a bit of a heart-to-heart with you all. We are realising over the last year that we've been magnet fishing, it's not even a year, is it, Leggett? Probably about 8 months.
Oh yeah, about 8 months and that.
That Norwich and Norfolk rivers in general are just completely, they're not completely clean, and I'm sure there's stuff that you will find, but they are getting cleaner and cleaner, and we can hardly find stuff now, can we, Leggett?
No, it is getting hard. It is getting hard. Like today, we spent 3 hours after the Red Line going up and down the river. We went to Troushin afterwards, we went to Old Leggett afterwards, we went to every bit we could find. Nothing, literally nothing.
Some of you may have seen that we actually said that we were going to go to King's Lynn a couple of weeks ago. We actually did go. We woke up, what was it? We both woke up at 4 in the morning. Drove to there for 6 o'clock in the morning, paid for parking. We walked to every single river spot in King's Lynn, and we could not find anywhere to magnet fish. That was honestly just one of the hardest places to magnet fish. We did find a bridge where some building developments had been gone on. There was just Harris fencing and cones all in the river, but in terms of magnet fishing potential, King's Lynn was not the one. We're finding Norfolk's even harder still.
It's not all doom and gloom though. We've got our Dippy's on tour still on the go. We've got Colchester coming up, we've got Ipswich coming up, and plenty more on the horizon this summer. A few more ideas, Matty, tell them.
Well, we also want to go up north, have a look at Sheffield, Manchester, Bradford, them sort of areas for magnet fishing. We've also got some video ideas coming up that we'll do this summer. We want to do a car boot sale with all our finds. Now Dodgy Damien's on the run, we can't deal with him anymore, so we need to sell our stuff through, you know, the general public. So we'll get a couple of £1,000 there. We also want to do some tours like some tour guidey sort of bits of Cromer, Great Yarmouth, and any other interesting place we can find, because they are the most interesting places.
They're Norfolk treasures is what you're trying to say, Miller.
Correct, Leggett. And we've also got this thing in the back of our minds that we want to do a sort of an agony aunt sort of part to this channel, where you send all your queries into us and we'll give you advice on, you know, your relationship, your
Cat.
your guinea pig, and
Ask the Dippies.
Ask the Dippies. That could just be so easy for us to buy stuff online, magnet fishing finds. Why anyone would sell it online? Well, we do, don't we? Anyway, buy it online and just completely plant it in the river, but that honestly just wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't get such a buzz out of finding this stuff, would we?
No, and that's not honest to you guys at home.
Exactly. We're as honest as possible, aren't we, with our...
They're all worth £1,000, I tell you.
Yeah, with our finds, but the content will keep flowing one way or another. Right, Leggett?
Right. Right, I think we're going to wrap that up now, everyone. We appreciate you for sticking with us and staying tuned. There will be more content on the way. It's getting hard, but we appreciate all the support nevertheless. That's enough chatting for one day.
See you in the next one. Magnet fishing is getting much, much harder to do in Norwich. To find, look at that chicken coming over that fence. Leggett!
Really?
Come here, chicken.
Crikey.
Come here, chicken. Come here, chicken. What's her name, Leggett?
Hen.
This is Hen, everybody. And she's escaped. We're going to put her back in her home now.
Yeah.
Remember what I said about free range eggs earlier on?
Yeah, these ostriches are treated very well.